Gotta get a little shoulder action inside. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Grenada, Karakou, PG, Martinique. Bless up your whole selves on this wonderful Wednesday morning, June 23rd, 2021. Happy am I to be here with you. Thank you so very much for your listenership, your viewership, your time. Thank you for starting your day off right with us here at the GBN. Appreciate it to the fullest. Bless up your whole self. Trust you had a restful Tuesday and you're ready to get Wednesday up and running. It's possibly going to be a rainy day today. It started that way and I think it's going to continue. So thank you so much for starting. Thank you those of you joining us on the GBN Grenada Broadcaster Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcaster Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11 and 20. Good morning to those of you joining us on the classic 105.5, 105.9, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11 and 20. Yes, I hear all up already. And those of you joining us on the Party Grenada and Go to Fet Facebook pages, happy to have you. Thank you so very much. All the viewers and listeners across the Caribbean, whichever part of the region you are, and those of you joining us around the rest of the world, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. Let's get right into this morning's word of the day. No sticking. This morning's word of the day is inimical. Inimical. It's spelled I-N-I-M-I-C-A-L. Inimical. It's an adjective which means unfriendly or hostile. Inimical. It comes from the late Latin word first used by the 5th century Christian author, a major political, diplomatic, literary, and religious figure of Gaul, now France, more or less. Indeed, of the West Roman Empire. The author had the delicate task of balancing the waning power of the Roman emperor against the rising power of the now Gothic kingdom comprising most of France and Spain, while at the same time also avoiding religious controversy. The word is a derivative of a noun which is a compound of the negative prefix in, not or un, and a form of amicus which is friend. Unsurprisingly, an inimicus is an unfriend. Inimical entered English in the second half of the 17th century. That's the word of the day this morning, inimical, spelled I-N-I-M-I-C-A-L. It's an adjective which means unfriendly or hostile. An example of the use of the word: I rolled over and tried to get back to sleep, but I kept seeing faces. The highway robbers' inimical glare, the kids' grin, the mother's distorted mouth and wild eyes. Another example of the use of the word: the Air Force concluded there was no evidence those sightings were inimical or hostile or related to interplanetary spaceships, the CIA said. That's the word of the day this morning, inimical, I-N-I-M-I-C-A-L, an adjective which means unfriendly or hostile. So then people that want to beef with you, inimical. Let's see what the thought of today is as you go about your wonderful Wednesday, your rainy Wednesday. The thought of today is: just because the past didn't turn out like you wanted it to, doesn't mean the future can't be better than you ever imagined. Just because the past didn't turn out like you wanted it to, doesn't mean the future can't be better than you ever imagined. One of the thoughts that I don't think need explanation, but I'll repeat it. Just because the past didn't turn out like you wanted it to, doesn't mean the future can't be better than you ever imagined. Remember that today. Remember that whatever you're planning, whatever happened in the past happened already. Whatever you're planning is going to get better from here. Remember that today. All right, let's see what's celebrated today. Today it is Hydration Day. Hydration Day. Proper hydration is vital to living a healthy life, but is often overlooked. It's easy to forget to carry a water bottle on a hot day outside, but skipping out on water can lead to major health risks. Hydration Day was created in honor of a late football coach who invented a special hydrating mouth guard to keep his players healthy on the field. Hydration Day is a good day to remember to have yourself some water. Hydration day today. Have your glass of water next to you. If you don't have a glass of water or a bottle of water next to you, they say it's harder to remember to sip. When your eye fall in it, you'll remember to take a sip. So just fill up your glass, fill up a water bottle, walk with it from home, whatever you need to do to stay hydrated. You see, look, my water bottle by here, so don't get tired with me, you know. It have water about the place, but no, I want to see it in my eyes. So when I could drink, I just take a sip. So it's hydration day. There's a saying, drink water and mind your business. That's what you need to do today. Drink water and mind your business. Hydration day. Stay hydrated. That's what you need to do on this wonderful rainy weather. Every time the rain falls, that should be a reminder. Water from the sky, water in my body. Oh gosh, yes, blossom come true with it. Water fall from the sky, water in your body. Remember that today. I bet all you go remember. Watch and all you go see. Hydration day. Stay hydrated. Drink water and mind your business. That's what it is today. All right, we're going to skip the information segment. It was just some weather information, but y'all can see it's going to be a rainy day. The rest of the week is expected to be wet as well. So walk with your umbrellas, your water boots, your raincoat, or stay home. Make sure you have the buckets to catch the water from the leaky roofs. Make sure your drains are cleared. It's going to be a rainy Wednesday, a rainy week. Let's get ready for the morning edition of news. For those of you on radio and those of you on all visual platforms, it's time for a repeat of last evening's newscast. Good morning, Grenada. We'll be right back.
Jamaica to London, no. I just want you to tell me how you doing this morning, neighbor? How you doing today? This morning. How you doing this morning?
Montreal, it's time to line virtually one more time. Gemma Rayburn Baines here for Spice Island Cultural Festival, a celebration of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique. This summer's festival is a celebration of life with food, fashion, music, and culture. Join us online Saturday, July 10th, 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Spice Island Cultural Festival. Info, spiceislandculturalday.com.
Gas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get Rubis, get going.
The recent arrest of 3 Brazilians entering Grenada illegally has brought the number of persons charged for the act to 20 for this year alone.
Represented in court by attorney Jerry Edwin, 3 Brazilians who entered Grenada illegally were ordered to pay a fine of $5,000 each to be paid forthwith and ordered to leave the state of Grenada within the shortest possible time. With the aid of an interpreter in the person of Joseph Andel, the 3, Wela Macharo, Jefferson da Cunha, and Artur da Silva, appeared before Magistrate Teddy St. Louis on Tuesday at the St. George's No. 1 Court to answer the charge for entering the state of Grenada without adhering to stipulated entry protocols. The Brazilian nationals reportedly arrived on the island via a speedboat at Grand Anse, St. George, and were subsequently detained by immigration authorities. The men were charged for entering the state without the consent of an immigration officer and failure to submit to a government-approved quarantine facility. Edwin pleaded on behalf of his clients for a reduced fine, which was $10,000 initially, but was reduced by 50% to 5,000 EC dollars. Their purpose on the island, he explained.
They were here specifically to purchase a yacht from another non-Grenadian, a gentleman from Iceland, who they had agreed for a particular price to purchase the boat. Now the three Brazilians was one, the owner of that boat, the purchaser, the other was to be the captain of the boat, and the other person was a navigator.
The laws on illegal entry are clear. Edwin says one cannot enter the state of Grenada without the permission of immigration authorities. He explains what happens next.
The immigration authorities will fly them. They will leave by air to Panama. They will go to Antigua, then across the Central America to Panama, and then from there they will make their way back to Grenada to complete the transaction. It was very understanding. The immigration department similarly, because they've offered them the option of returning to Grenada once they land in Panama. So I would say this came down to a place where both sides, both the Brazilian gentleman and the state of Grenada, we would have both met in the middle. And it's an outcome that I could say I am satisfied with, as they are.
1 week ago, two Vincentian nationals, Laverna and Leslie John, were arrested and charged, brought to court, and were deported back to their country on Saturday. Christina John, GBN News.
Neil Wells, a corporal of police, was arrested and charged by officers attached to the Criminal Investigation Department for the offense of grievous harm on Monday, June 21st, 2021. The officer was charged following an alleged incident between himself and a resident of Montrouge, St. George on the 12th of June, 2021. He was granted bail in the sum of $6,000 with one surety and will appear in court on September the 20th of this year. Wells was suspended from active duty in the Royal Grenada Police Force. For the first time ever, a student of the Victoria School for Special Education was given the opportunity to sit the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment Examinations. Trelana Charles visited the school and tells us the outcome.
12-year-old Aliyah Langain of the Victoria School for Special Education is the first student to ever write the CPEA examinations from the institution, and she was victorious. When the new school year begins in September, the walls of the St. Rose Modern Secondary School will be her place of learning. Principal Judian All said Aliyah came to the school at 8 years old, and seeing her potential, they have been working with her on a one-on-one basis until she was ready to sit the exams.
I saw she had potential. It's just that there were some barriers to attending the curriculum because of her challenges. So we would have been working with her on a one-on-one basis, and we felt that she was at the point where she would be able to write the exam now and be successful. So that is why we offered her the opportunity to do so.
But how did the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on schools island-wide affect Aliyah's preparation?
Well, that was a challenge because we would have had, during COVID, I would have had to visit her home personally to work along with her, and then there were times I would have had to take her with me at my home too, so that I can work with her, because it was a challenge. She had no devices, no means of getting on to internet or so at the time. So online learning was not an option for her. So we had to do it face-to-face, even throughout the COVID period.
According to Ald, every student, regardless of challenges, deserves a chance at an education. She said Aliyah will continue to have her support throughout her secondary education journey.
I am prepared to provide the services for her to continue supporting her throughout secondary education, because I know that she will definitely need the accommodations and support. So the plan going forward is to work closely with the secondary school to ensure that she gets the support that she needs.
Her teacher, Sasha Alexander, said Aliyah was determined and worked hard to be prepared for the exam.
We worked hard. When she came in January, although we were on a shift system, she came in every day, and after school she stayed. We did extra work with her. and so on. Her success has motivated the other students in the class. I would definitely say I know that they are all ready, and I know next year they want to participate in the CPA exams as well.
Aliyah shared her favorite part of the examination and her plans for the future.
Science. To be a pilot.
To be a pilot?
Yeah, to drive a plane.
Trelawna Charles, GBN News.
Cheers to Aliyah and all the teachers at that school. The transfer process is now different for students who were successful at the recent CPEA and may now be seeking to change their assigned secondary school, as the power to transfer is no longer fully in the hands of the Ministry of Education. We get details in this report.
Some of the powers to transfer students who were successful at CPEA are being given to the secondary schools, which must be contacted first to begin the process. Deputy Chief Education Officer Michelle George says parents will need to contact the secondary schools by phone or email only and be given a link to the transfer form.
So that link is what you're going to use. It's electronic to apply for a transfer. Do not come to the Ministry of Education because we will not be able to assist you with that. Do not go to the schools either, to the secondary schools. However, that link that they will provide you with, you can use it to access the transfer form electronically.
Parents have until June 28th to submit their transfer forms.
Now, persons I know have started to use the link that we had last year. So you can also go on weboffice.gd also if you were using it from last time. But we prefer if you use a link from the schools because it will be easily accessible by the schools themselves.
George says the schools will then establish transfer committees to decide on transfers. The school, she says, has 2 weeks to submit the transfers to the ministry for final approval. Meanwhile, 1,720 students, of whom 892 were male and 828 female, out of the 1,906 students registered, have been assigned to a secondary school. The general results saw a national mean of 69.69% in the overall assessment, which experienced a slight decline from 1.9% from 2019.
In terms of the percentage of students obtaining 50% or more in the examination, we had 90.48% of our students move into a secondary level education. And again, although we had a decline as compared to last year and year before in terms of the number of the percentage of students who were assigned, I must say it is still a good percentage. Once they're about 90 and above, we consider it a fairly good percentage in terms of the students who are moving on to the next level.
Language arts was the subject area in the external exams, in which students performed well, while there was a dramatic decline in performances for mathematics, a mean score of 49.6% compared to 55.56 in 2019. Social Studies took the internal exam's best performance with a mean score of 83.07 and Mathematics the worst performance with 81.16%. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
It's always good to hear the statistics. Now, some students who were scheduled to sit the 2021 CSEC examinations have decided to defer to the coming year in order to fully prepare. That's according to officials from the Ministry of Education at a media briefing on Tuesday. Rena Pear-Thomas explains.
Deputy Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Michelle George, says that the ministry has received some requests from students who prefer to sit the CXC exam at its next sitting in January of 2022. Though unable to provide an accurate number to GBN, George says this will not hinder the students' marks or performance, but only allow them to get fully prepared.
From Grenada, we've had a number of deferrals for the CSEC examination for this year. And of course, persons can defer to either January or to May, June 2022. They do not have to pay any funds again for the deferral or anything. It is basically the deferral. It doesn't have a cost. All they need to do is just to make sure that they have the SBAs and so forth ready for come October or so as the last deadline, based on my recollection of it. And they will be, again, ready to write the examination come whether it's January they deferred for or May, June 2022.
The Chief Education Officer says that most of the students who requested to sit the exam at a later date were affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Remember, most persons who deferred are persons who are basically affected in some way or the other because of the COVID situation and other issues that may have come up during that particular time.
On the other hand, the ministry noted that a small number of primary school students did not sit the 2021 CPEA exams. George says the reason was not because of COVID-19, but only fright.
And we've had that over the years where you expect them to come out on the day of the examination, and because they are fearful, they do not come. But oftentimes you have migration as a critical factor into that. And of course, we had a few students who were in a special program as well that we had at the Ministry of Education. So even though they were initially registered for the examination, they were already successful in what we had a baseline examination that was done as well. So that could have as well accounted for the amount that were absent.
The Chief Education Officer was speaking on government's weekly post-cabinet briefing. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Police are seeking the assistance of the general public in locating Egbert Lewis, 61 years, of Simoon St. Andrew, and he is a gardener. Lewis was last seen on Monday, the 21st of June, 2021, at approximately 3 p.m. at his place of employment in True Blue, St. George. He is about 5 feet 2 inches in height, slim built, and black in complexion. He was last seen wearing a gray and brown short pants and black and yellow sneakers. Anyone seeing Egbert Lewis or has any information about his whereabouts is asked to contact the Grenville Police Station at 442-7224, Police Emergency at 911, Police Hotline at 444-1958, that's 444-1958, or the nearest police station. The usual revelry and energized atmosphere synonymous with T20 cricket matches will be notably absent when international cricket returns to Grenada this weekend. 26 members of the West Indies team are already in Grenada, and the South African squad is scheduled to arrive on Wednesday. Now, only fully vaccinated people are being allowed at the National Cricket Stadium.
Children will not be allowed into the stadium for cricket matches because they are not eligible for vaccination. Fully vaccinated fans cannot give away their tickets to other persons and will be subjected to rigorous checks at entry points. Chairman of the National Organizing Committee, Troy Garvey, says they want to ensure that the biosecure bubble is not compromised.
Because they have to use this, their ability to deliver here, to impress the Australians and the other tour parties who are coming, that we can deliver. So it's not just about Grenada hosting. It's about Grenada hosting on behalf of the region and trying to impress the world. If the South Africans are not satisfied, everything that we discuss in terms of a protocol, it must be signed off on by the South African team. If they are not comfortable, they are going to say no.
Garvey says Grenada's COVID-19 status played a key role in paving the way for accommodating fans at the stadium.
That is, the players from arrival, they must be kept in a sterile environment and cannot engage and interact with persons. Certain levels of COVID testing must be done as stipulated for the duration of their stay, and it's quite challenging. It's challenging for the hotel. It's challenging for the officials at the stadium because it's something that we're seeing for the very first time.
Grenada's performance as the pilot for the return of spectators to West Indies cricket will have rippling effects on future engagements by Team West Indies.
It can impact on our future ability to host games. It can impact on the region. So that's why we say, look, let us be careful in terms of what we do. It's not business as normal. And like you rightfully asked, yes, Grenada with a fine, there's someone with a ticking off. Yes, no, not good, need to improve here.
No alcoholic or bottled drinks are allowed into the stadium, but patrons can carry small-sized coolers that are subject to random checks. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Public policy has taken an unfortunate turn towards street fighting. So says Public Relations Officer of the Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, as she responded to statements made by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell in recent weeks. We get more in this Gerard Joseph report.
Public Relations Officer of the Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, says it is unfortunate the NMP administration has to admit via its Prime Minister that Grenada's democracy is challenged and at risk. Workers' grievances, she says, should be resolved professionally and engaging in little or no conflict for the benefit of society.
That government would indicate and government would proudly and boldly declare that unless there is fighting, that unless persons engage in fighting on the street, in protest action, they cannot get justice in this country, and that is unfortunate. And for the government to make that declaration, and even further, I think this weekend they were politicking in Carriacou, and it was unfortunate to hear another government minister allude to the fact that they have a 14-seat majority, and therefore it was out of place and seems so contrary for anybody to want to protest about anything at all.
Hazard says it is frightening when a government minister is stating that due to holding the majority of seats in Parliament, that they are seemingly above the law. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, while appearing on Sister Isle Radio Carriacou over the weekend, was speaking on teachers' demands for swift payment of their 4% salary increase.
How do you drive an entire government, particular government that has 15 seats in the parliament of the country? How do you, 14 now, but it was 15 at election? It does not make sense.
The Public Workers PRO said that government's intimation that teachers should be paid first warrants a public apology.
And we want to say to the government, you're not the only ones who benefited from having a psychology teacher in school. The little games that you're trying to play where you pit one union against the other, that is not going to work because we are all speaking to each other. When you meet with the duty, we are aware of it. The contents of your discourse and the decisions that you come to, all public sector unions are aware of it because we stand in solidarity.
Hazard says they will be going into the meeting with the Labour Minister on Tuesday with guns blazing due to government's recent statements.
We don't expect a lot of pussyfooting around. We don't expect that anybody would call us there to waste our time. We have work to do on behalf of this public. And we expect that whatever offer is presently before the GUT, that offer would also be placed before us because all public servants are equal in this country. There is none more equal than the other.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Public Relations Officer of the Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, is calling on government to refrain from going against the Public Service Commission and its policies, as she urges for better conditions for contractual workers.
The issue of contract workers doing the jobs of permanent workers was raised during Monday's To The Point program. Referencing the Labour Code, Public Relations Officer at the Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, got into the details of the laws governing contract workers. She says several workers in the public service are doing the duties of established workers while on prolonged contracts.
Contract workers, and yes, the poor remaining workers in our country. Now, our Labour Code again also speaks about the way that persons can be employed. And I want to read here. Continuous employment and continuity of employment means an employee's period of uninterrupted employment with the same employer. Now, we have persons who government has been employing for the last number of years in contractual positions. those persons are doing the job of established workers. An established worker is a worker who is hired properly by the Public Service Commission, Grenada.
Hazard accused government of going against the functions of the Public Service Commission, the PSC, hiring people through the different ministries.
But there is a reason why the PSC is enshrined into our constitution. The PSC is enshrined to protect against the things that we see government doing right now, to protect against employees, against a person's ability to treat an employee badly just because they can. Now, what we have seen in the last number of years through this administration, in successive periods of government, they have eroded to a large extent the function of the PSC by employing Grenadians through ministries. And so there are many workers, hundreds of workers who are working every day, some with letters, some with no letters, but in most instances, letters whose expiry date has come and gone long ago. Just last week, we met with a bunch of workers at the hospital, and you're asking, what's your last letter? And they're telling you 2003. Do the math. Isn't 2003 to now 16 years? They're telling you 2005. They're telling you, I have never had a letter to begin with. Even if an employee does not have a letter which says that I am permanent, by the mere fact that you have been laboring with this government and with this country, continuously doing the same job, but you have been doing this work continuously for more than 2 years, the labor laws of Grenada says you are deemed to be a permanent employee.
Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
Nutrition for chronic disease and food safety training in all aspects was the focus of a recent workshop held in St. Patrick. Let's get the details.
The venture was held between the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program, SIAP, and the Ministry of Agriculture. The targeted participants were fisheries assistants, extension officers, forage officers, and extension assistants who would play an important role in sharing the information. Discussions on the different types of chronic diseases were held with the officers, controllable and uncontrollable risk factors, and the role of diet in managing those chronic illnesses. 20 officers participated in the training exercise. Anisha Hoston, one of the participants, believes the information will be useful to farmers and other people they offer their support to.
With the information given here today, I will be better able to assist many of the persons that was a part of SIAP backyard program in terms of the benefits of the food that we consume, the various safety methods that can be applied when involved in food preparation, and specifically today in regards to the chronic disease that are affecting a lot of our nation persons, especially diabetes. Today we would have been given information as to the various foods we should stay away from, the quality in preparation, and I believe in dispersing this information to persons out there, this would be giving them that ability to be better conscious of food preparation, the kind of foods they should be preparing, and overall they would be able to develop a proper food and safety method practice.
Brenda Phillips says the training has opened her eyes to the different hazards that are brought about through nutrition.
Based on this training, I am leaving with reinforcement of information concerning the hazardous things that affects food in terms of food safety, and also the whole idea of chronic illnesses that we face and how to manage it, as well as how to inform the general public that we work with on, measures that they can take to control and prevent these diseases.
Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
That was a great initiative there. Now, the Inland Revenue Division on Thursday, June 17th, celebrated the first anniversary of the introduction of government's online payment portal. pay.gov.gd. This payment portal, developed in response to the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, has proven to be effective in making it easier for Grenadians at home and in the diaspora to do business with government. It enables taxpayers to pay their driver's and motor vehicle licenses online with their credit or debit cards from anywhere where there is available internet access. Over the past year, the portal has expanded to accommodate the payment of other government fees, including property, land and transfer taxes, vehicle annual license and inspection, and other driving-related costs, police records, COVID-19 related fees, among others.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Get vaxxed, hey, hey, vaccinated. Get vaxxed, hey, hey, get vaccinated. Vaccinated. So wear your mask, wash your hands, and practice social distance. This is we chance to advance. Come let we fight this COVID at once. So come on, let we fall in line. We want to come back to with social life. There is vaccination island wide. So come on, let we fight it to protect we and we family.
This is a message from the Grenada Red Cross and the Ministry of Health.
State-of-the-art Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and the programs including Financial Literacy Quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso Program, Junior Cooperatives in Secondary Schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC Grants. The Credit Union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
Understanding our ocean is education for life. Encourage your students to learn about marine life, water quality, sea level rise. Let them explore sciences. Encourage them through field trips and scholarships. The more they know, the better they can protect our oceans from litter and climate change. Let them rise to the challenge. The ocean is our responsibility, their inheritance, their future.
This message brought to you by the OECS Commission with funding from the government of Norway. Remlit, tackling ocean pollution from turf to surf.
Bruv. Hello? I can't see you. What's good? But I can't even hear you. Yo. Hello? Hello? Ah. Okay, I see. I'm good. I'm coming in. Ah. There you are.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
Montreal.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is exactly 20 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Those of you who stuck with us, thanks for your patience. Those of you just joining us, happy to have you. I jealous you a little bit because you get a little bit of extra minutes in bed in the nice rain. But don't worry, I'll kill some sleep when I go home later. Thank you so much for joining us on Good Morning Grenada. I want to say good morning and welcome to our two virtual guests this morning representing Guardian Group Insurance. We have the Managing Director, Mr. Ronald Hughes, as well as Manager of Corporate Communications, Ms. Lisa Mahabir. Good morning, lady and gentlemen. How art thou?
Good morning, Blossom, and good morning to your listeners and viewers. I'm fine, thank you. Nice rainy morning.
Yes, it is. All is well, I hope and pray.
Yeah, can't complain.
And good morning.
Morning, Ms. Mahabir. All is well with you?
Good morning to all viewers and listeners of GBN TV and the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Good morning.
You got that right.
Thank you both so much for being our guests this morning. So this morning we are talking about the Guardian Group's, let me make sure I have it right, Guardian Group Global Leadership Diploma Scholarship Program. This is the second year of the program. So let's start with some information for the people who may not be aware. What exactly is the Leadership Diploma Scholarship Program?
Okay. I'll take that one on, Blossom. So last year, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Guardian Group launched a movement called One Way, One World. One Way, One World initiative was defined the philosophy and how interconnected we are globally. Out of the One Way, One World, there were several initiatives that were launched. We've Got This, which was born out of a regional support for communities affected the pandemic and promoting kindness and compassion. We Got This was featured. We Got This featured a song performed by a collaboration of Caribbean artists from Jamaica to Guyana. And then the second initiative was the UP's Global Leadership Scholarship Program. In the areas of leadership education, Guardian Group collaborated with United Nations established University for Peace to introduce a global leadership diploma scholarship to 10 persons who presented innovative projects designed to help the region. And then the third initiative that was born out of this One Way, One World was the World Happiness Awards, which was Guardian's Group proudly became presenting partner with World Happiness Awards in the category of COVID-19 Solutions Award. which recognize individuals and communities that work towards creating solutions to stop the risks of COVID-19 and promoting ways to live harmoniously amidst these trying times. And the last one was our Pandemic for Performance, which was really a 12-part free workshop focusing on mental health, branding, and innovation. All of these were really under our corporate social responsibility thematics umbrella under innovation, leadership development, academic development, health, and wellness. Now, for this year, for the second consecutive year, Guardian Group will be partnering with the University of Peace, established by the General Assembly of United Nations, offering 10 global leadership diploma scholarships across the region. Last year, this historic global leadership scholarship program captured the imagination of the region, and nearly almost 400 applicants vying the scholarship program. So we had quite a number of persons applying across the region from south of our Caribbean island, from Guyana all the way up to Jamaica.
Wow, 400 applicants for 10 spots. So who can apply? What makes me eligible to apply for the scholarship program? And what, can I say, subjects would be possible to pursue during the scholarship program?
Mr. Hughes, do you want to take that on, or would you like me to?
Yeah, I'll take it. You must be a Caribbean national or resident in the Caribbean, and you have to be 18 years and over to apply. The application process requires the submission of an essay of, I think, 300 words, and they are assessed by a neutral panel, and the selections are made.
And just to add, some of the courses that that persons will be exposed to will, of course, be leadership, of course, and of course they will be allowed to choose from 4 electives, and some of those electives include things like organizational happiness, measuring outcomes and impact, design thinking, just to name a few, skills in effective negotiations, entrepreneurship, of course, innovation, and social change. So there's a series of courses that they can choose from, that applicants can choose from, that would really help them in today's world and today's society, making them all better leaders.
Now, why did Guardian General choose to invest in this program, especially not just compassing one country or two, but all the countries across the region?
Guardian is a regional carrier, and this is our contribution to the future. The world is changing very quickly. It's becoming more and more competitive, and more good, sound leadership is required at all levels. And this we see as a contribution to the future for future generations, that we assist in developing a cadre of good leaders across the region.
Now, going off of last year, you had 400 applicants, but there are only 10 spots available. What would be something or things that would set me apart from other applicants, that I would get one of those coveted 10 spots? What are some of the things that applicants need to keep in mind, or maybe ensure that they have in place to stand a better chance of qualifying for one of those 10 spots?
The applicants really... Hello?
You go ahead.
Okay. So the applicants really would need to put together, answer some basic questions on some current work, some work environment, and a possible proposal or intervention. So really what they need to answer is some very basic questions on how they are going to positively influence the world in difficult times, what is their network or influence that will help reach with the idea, how they can uniquely able to tackle the matter at hand, and which of the UN Sustainable Development Goals does this idea support. So that will really, in fact, set them apart from the rest. It really has to be an intervention. It has to be something that will positively make a change in the environment in which they live in, and that will really help a long way in terms of their success as an applicant.
Where would they have to attend school? Would it be virtual, especially in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, or do they have to physically attend the institution? Where is it located?
UPeace is located in Costa Rica. The headquarters is in Costa Rica, but this is an online course.
And how long is it expected to run for?
18 months.
18? Okay, so at the end of the program, what do the successful scholarship recipients receive? Is it a certificate, a degree, and what are they expected to do with the education after completing the program? What happens then for them? What are they expected to do with the information and knowledge that they gain?
Well, it's a diploma course. What they do with that, as far as I'm aware, there is no bonding requirement. After you qualify, you're free to bid your wares wherever you wish. Hopefully, you would think Coast of the Caribbean. But this is an investment in the Caribbean and leadership in the Caribbean going forward.
And just to add to Mr. Hughes, the tools and the knowledge that they will impart from this by being part of this program will really equip them and really be able to challenge their minds and to be able to operate, especially during a pandemic where we have so much changing parts and motions are happening. It really will, in fact, help them to critically think. They would become sound leaders. They would become more innovative. They would become more abreast of what is going on and how to be able to articulate themselves in society.
With the 10 successful scholarship recipients last year, do you by chance know how many of them were Grenadians or of any other Caribbean countries? Where did they come from?
I don't have that information.
What I will be able to say is that last year there were 10. The winners were spanned across the region. I don't have the information, unfortunately, for Grenada, if any of them were, but I will say that the winners were spanned across the region.
And one of the requirements of the scholarship would be taking at least one leadership course. Why is this so necessary, especially for our Caribbean people? Why is it so necessary that they actually take a course in leadership in addition to what else they would want to pursue?
Well, as the heading says, it's a leadership diploma scholarship program. So obviously, it speaks for itself. It focuses on leadership. And as I said earlier, this is an investment in the future because with the changing times, the quick, fast pace of change in the world today, we can't afford to be squandering scarce resources. This is not a wealthy region, and we have to be able to manage what we have effectively. And you can't do that unless you have good, sound leadership at all levels.
And speaking of leadership, there's always this discussion about which gender really steps up to be leaders, men or women. From your point of view, what do you think are some of the things that would lend itself to that situation with more women stepping up these days? Sometimes we have the men coming forward as well. There's always this up and down, back and forth between more men leaders or more female leaders.
Lisa, I'm outnumbered here, so I'll let you take this one.
I think in today's world, women are becoming more and more front and center when it comes to leadership, in not just the Caribbean but in the world. And it is important that we all have the right tools, and that really, in fact, pushes us to really to become better leaders. Women, by its very nature, we have some of the qualities of not just leading, but also leading with care and positive. Not that we don't all, but I believe women being equipped as better leaders in the Caribbean and by the world is really a step in the right direction.
Mr. Hughes, as the male among us, what are your thoughts?
I concur with Lisa's remarks. The women are certainly stepping up to the plate over the last 15, 20 years. I mean, I just have to look at my staff. I'm an endangered species in there. When you look across the landscape of the public service, the private sector, ladies are making their presence felt. And that's good because they bring a different perspective because of the nature of their biology. They tend to be very caring. Some of them can be quite hard-nosed, no doubt about it. But it's a step in the right direction that you have a gender balance across the spectrum of management and leadership. So you get a more balanced outcome at the end of the day.
And the application process for the program, how can people apply? Is there a website they can go to get the application form, and what do they need to have on hand? I know you said there's a 18-year-old minimum. Is there a maximum or the oldest person that can apply? If I'm in my 60s, 80s.
Lisa, I don't see any top-end limitation. But certainly, you've got to be 18 years and above to apply. There's a website. I think you have the website. I don't have it available.
I have it here. So really, individuals interested in applying can, for this particular program, can go to our website, www.ggscholarship.com. That's www.ggscholarship.com. In addition to that, all our information all information is available on our social media pages, Facebook and Instagram. And so persons can apply directly to the website and basically apply with the applications there. It is very simple to apply.
And the essay, what does the essay have to be about? Is there a specific topic, or I can choose what I want to write in my essay?
I think there are guidelines.
There are some guidelines, correct.
What are those guidelines?
So it has to be within the current work environment or proposed intervention. And as I had mentioned before, there's 4 questions that I had mentioned before that needed to be answered in addition to that. That will make up your 300 words. Those questions really will formulate the application. Once you submit that information to the website, that will encompass all.
I think there's some element where you have to demonstrate in your writings an element of how you intend to innovate change for better leadership in the environment. I think there's something about that.
Okay.
But the website will have all the information with regard what's required.
Okay. What would you say to somebody who is thinking, should I I didn't think I would qualify. I don't think I want to. What would you say to somebody who's thinking about applying, but probably hesitant for one reason or the other, that you can encourage them to take the chance, take the risk, and you just might be one of the 10 lucky recipients? What would you say to somebody like that? Both of you.
Simple. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Throw your hat in the ring.
Ms. Mahabir, what would you say? Sorry, what would you say to that person?
I would say there's no harm in trying. There's no harm in going out there. There's no harm in tapping into your true potential of leadership. Everyone is a leader, and therefore it's just a matter of tapping into what's out there to be exposed of yourself.
All right, and as we wrap, just reiterate for us the information on the program and what applicants need to do and keep in mind to be eligible for one of the 10 spots. Just remind us what the information is.
Michelle, go ahead.
Ms. Mahabir, you can hear us?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question. I think my internet...
No problem. I was just asking for you to reiterate the information on the Leadership Diploma Scholarship Program, what it's about and how people can apply, for those of the people who may have missed the beginning of the interview.
Persons can apply to www.ggscholarship.com. The applications close by the 11th of January 2021, and so therefore persons interested really should in fact apply to that website. And of course, I reiterate, the deadline date is July 11, 2021.
All right. Thank you both for being our guests this morning. Appreciate the information. It's 400. Well, last year we had 400 applicants for 10 spots. So if you want to be one of the lucky recipients, be sure to follow all the rules, all the guidelines on the website and be eligible for it. Thank you very much, Mr. Hughes, Ms. Mahabir. Enjoy the rest of your rainy Wednesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yourselves. Be safe.
All right. You do the same. You be safe as well. Thank you. All right, officials of Guardian Group Insurance. We had the Managing Director, Mr. Ronald Hughes, as well as the Manager of Corporate Communications, Ms. Lisa Mahabir. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we link up with Just School Media for this morning's Traffic Cam. This is Good Morning Grenada. We'll be right back.
Montreal, it's time to line virtually one more time. Gemma Rayburn Baines here for Spice Island Cultural Festival, a celebration of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This summer's festival is a celebration of life with food, fashion, music, and culture. Join us online Saturday, July 10th, 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Spice Island Cultural Festival. Info, spiceislandculturalday.com.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Are you looking looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Looking for that injection?
It's now time to join up with Just Cool Media for this morning's traffic cam on a rainy Wednesday. And if my vision serves me right, he seems to be in Big Parish St. Andrew. That's what I'm seeing there. Let's hear what Junior is saying outside there. Take it away.
It's your Wednesday morning traffic cam. Just Cool Media in collaboration with GBN. We on Benjo Street. And there is not much traffic in the town of Grenville this morning. So you requested we do traffic cam in a different parish other than St. George's. Today we are in Grenville. And we are heading from Grenville and back down into St. George. Going alongside the eastern corridor. It's a wet Wednesday, so we are urging all motorists to be very cautious on the nation's road this morning. We are now outside of the police station in Grenville. So there's not much traffic in the town of Grenville this morning, just seeing some people going to work and school. So there's not much traffic to report in the town of Grenville this morning. So we are heading out of the town of Grenville. And we see we have traffic coming in from the eastern side, from St. David's. Traffic coming from Sobeys, from Mackey, coming into the town of Grenville. Exercise caution. approach intersection, exercise caution. Even though you have the right of way as a driver, you can give access to people heading out from a minor road into a major road. Not because this police could stand up on the other side of the road. Now it's close to rush hour. So we are heading out of the town of Grenville this morning. For those of you who just joined, there was not much traffic to report in the town of Grenville. So we are going down on the eastern corridor of the island. Today is a day to be extra careful on the nation's road because it is wet. So I want to encourage you to take your time. Also look out for pedestrians who may be trying to cross, and also look out for the potholes that may be filled with water, so you will not wet anyone's clothes or soil anyone's clothes this morning. So now we are heading down. We are in Subies. Just want to encourage, also a note to bus drivers in particular, when you are stopping to either drop passenger or pick up passengers, please give proper signal to the oncoming vehicles and the vehicles that want to come in from behind. Some of the times I observe a bus stop and the driver just sits and wait, and there are vehicles that want to pass him or vehicles that are coming the opposite direction, and they would not give any signal. So as a bus driver, you have to be responsible, because you're responsible for your passengers, responsible for pedestrians, and also for other drivers. So when you stop, please be courteous and give signal to drivers that are coming from behind of you and those that are coming towards you from the front. So we see not much traffic going into Grenville. This morning. Now we are in Subies. A van here, a car there, bus, number 2 bus that traveled from St. George's all the way up to Grenville. And you can get some fish this early morning. Get the early morning fish right here in Subies. Good morning, Pastor Christopher. Good morning. Now we are heading from Subies into Maki. And this is your Monday morning traffic cam to all the viewers of GBN TV, listeners on GBN Radio. The traffic cam this morning came to you from Labe. Now we are heading into Subies and all the way down to Spring St. George. We are on the famous Bumpy Corner. Bumpy Corner. Yes, Wednesday morning, midweek.
That was this morning's traffic cam coming straight out of Big Parish. Good morning, St. Andrew. Bless up all your old self. Like when rain falls in St. Andrew, people are staying inside, boy. They're not cricket, you know. The only thing rain that stop is cricket. What happening? No traffic, nobody on the road. Why is that one? I sure not tongue. I sure tongue busy like bright sunshine. But I'm happy to see the Big Parish this morning. Nice to see Grenville Subies, according to him, Junior Labe. Good morning, St. Andrew. All the communities in the Big Parish. I can't name all, so I won't even start. I'll just say Grenville and guys that. Hold on. Let me see. I have 1 minute. All right. Listen, St. Andrew people, don't kill me. All right. And feel free to name them in the comment section so I can name them out too. Let me go. Grenville, Subies. Good morning, Cookhill Road. Keisha Felix comes to mind. The pineapple. Good morning to you. Well, second, I feel like I'm reaching out there. Marky, no, I lie. I know Marky. Birch Grove. I wonder if that way I could reach by. I'm afraid to go more and I just no forget more. Hold on, I got coming through one day. Richmond, St. Andrew. Nothing, man. Don't try to time me up. Which reminds me, I saw a greeting for somebody in St. Andrew, a birthday at YouTube. YouTube. I know that. Yeah, brain walking. Birthday greetings going out to my granddaughter Rikisha Henry from Richmond, St. Andrew, celebrating lucky number 13 today. Happy 13th birthday to you, Rikisha. I wish you many more birthdays to come from Richmond, St. Andrew. Maybe that's why I see Richmond and I remembered it. All right, so that's this morning's traffic cam. Monday and Wednesday, 7:45 a.m. A collaboration between GBN and Just School Media. Happy to see the Big Parish. Next, where we want him to go from Monday, please the Lord. Monday, please the Lord. Let me see. Next side of the island, St. David area. Or even the next side, St. John, St. Mark. Set up yourself. Don't worry, we'll talk to him on all your behalf. Look, somebody, thank you, comments. Granbra, St. Andrew. How dare I forget Granbra? Granbra, St. Andrew. Thank you, Veronica. Union, thank you, Desmond on YouTube. Let me see. WhatsApp is already working with me, man. WhatsApp don't mean business at all. All right, now let's get ready to join the BBC for its 8 a.m. newscast. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in to Good Morning Grenada. Thank you to the officials of Guardian Group Insurance. If you want to be a part of the leadership program, log on to the website www.ggscholarship.com. Get the application form and make the application. You just might be one of the lucky 10. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. With BBC is up in about 4 minutes, so I have time to play a tune for the radio listeners. Bye, everybody.
So have a good day, such a beautiful day to have a good day.